Hi guys, well I'm gonna be showing you how to build the Shadow Man mask, also known as the God mask. Now, two things before we get into the tutorial. The first thing is I'm really sorry that I couldn't record this live when I was playing because I had some issues, so I had to record this while I was in the theater mode. And the second thing is you need to do all the steps while the green smoke is on. Now if you do any of the steps while the green smoke is not on, the step is not going to be counted. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to be explaining this tutorial in deep, so carefully listen to what I say and follow exactly what I do in my gameplay. Now this requires of killing 50 zombies inside this pool where I'm drip training right now, and you need to kill them only when the green smoke is on. So if you're training them and you don't have the smoke on, I suggest you just keep training until the smoke comes back on. Now this smoke comes back on every 3 minutes and it stays every 3 minutes. You're gonna hear a sound once you're done with one step. That's when you know that you're done with the step. You can finally move on to another step. Now these steps can be done in any order, doesn't matter which order you do, but I suggest you stick to one step. Now the reason why you want to do one step at once is because you don't want to make things complicated for you, but if you can do multiple steps at once without getting confused, that's great. Well, anyways, let's jump into the second step. Now the next step is of spiders. You need not to kill 50 spiders but just of 10. They spawn really rare, so make sure you make the most of it. Now you don't need to shoot them with your gun, you need to melee them with your shield. Now again you need to do these steps in the green gas when it's on, as I did now, and once you finish that you're gonna hear that sound, and once you hear that sound, that's when you know that you have completed the step and you can start another one. Now the next step is of killing 10 parasites and 10 furies. Now this can be done in the special round. Now you need to make sure that all your team is inside apothecon so you can have all the furies and the parasites. Again you need to wait for that green smoke, and once you finally have that green smoke on, you need to not shoot the parasite but knife them. So you need to knife them inside the green pool, which I'm retraining right now at. You need to not shield melee the furies but shield burst them. And again, if you don't hear that completion sound, that means you need to kill more in order to hear that sound. Now I'm gonna let you watch the gameplay until the round ends. Now the next step is really easy, but it takes time in getting done, so don't wait to complete this step. Do other steps while you have this in mind. Now this involves of headshotting 5 keepers. Now this keeper spawn really rare, so you need to make sure that you keep this in mind and don't stuck on this step. Now once you finally headshotted 5 keepers, you're gonna hear that sound indicating that you have finished this step. Now let's get into the final last 2 steps of this tutorial. The next step involves of killing 2 panzers. The first one, you need to take its power core off, which is yellow in color in the middle. Once you do that, he'll eventually die. And the panzers, you don't just have to kill them, you need to wait for that green smoke, as you can see in my gameplay right now. Luckily he spawned when we had the last zombie, but the green smoke was not on, so we waited for the green smoke to come. As the green smoke was on, we killed his power core, completing the first half of the second step. As you can see now, we took its power core off for him to instantly die. That's when you know that you have finished the first step. Now the second half is when you actually complete this whole Panzer step, and now it involves of taking his helmet off. Now to know when its helmet is off is when you actually see that fucking zombie sitting inside the machine. Once you remove that, you can kill the Panzer and you shall hear that completion sound. And we can finally begin with the last step. And now I'm just gonna let you watch the gameplay of how we kill its helmet off. There you go, his helmet is off, and now you can kill him inside the green smoke. Like shoot him anywhere and then just kill him, and you're done with this step, and you can finally start the next step. So you have reached the last step for completing the god mask. The last step is to kill 3 Margwas inside the green smoky area, and the tricky part is you need to shield burst the last head of the Margwa in order for this to be counted as a step. It doesn't matter what type of Margwa you kill as long as you kill 3. As you can see in my gameplay, I just shield bursted his last head. Now if he spawns in when the green smoke is not on, do not rush to kill him, just run around until you have the smoke on, and make sure you have shield ammo. Now again, all of these steps can be done in any order. The important tip is that you stick on one step. Now you need to make sure you shield bash the last head of all the Margwas, because if you don't shield burst the last head of all 3 Margwas, the step will be incomplete. As you can see in my gameplay, there goes my second Margwa down there. Once you have successfully done all the steps, you need to make your way over to Kino by the theater and grab the ultimate beast god mask. Now this is really useful for the boss fight, and also if you're going for that high rounds. Now the more reason why you're gonna love this mask is because it gives you 10 hits in total before you go down, and if you go down you're gonna have permanent jug and permanent stamina up. Well, anyways, if this guide was helpful to you, hit the like button and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.